Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to Star Wars Lads. Hopefully, you've all had a nice weekend because today we're going to be diving into our predictions for the latest episode of The Bad Batch, which should be Season 3, Episode 5. Hopefully, you've seen Season 3, Episodes 1 through 4, because we will be spoiling it a bit. But if you have and you want to talk about what you think might happen in the next episode, that's what we're going to do here. Let us know your predictions in the comments. We love to interact with you all and discuss the predictions there. Make sure you like the video. It really helps us out with our channel. And subscribe for more Bad Batch content. We'll be covering the Bad Batch every episode, as well as predictions and speculation for the entire season. So if you'd like the Bad Batch and you want to join us, make sure you subscribe so that you're the first to know about our new videos. Also, join us every week, every Wednesday around 6 p.m. Pacific time. We will be going live, giving you our reactions to the latest episodes of the Bad Batch. We will also be taking your live Q&A, questions, comments, thoughts on the episodes as well. So if you'd like to more directly interact with us about the Bad Batch, join us every single Wednesday. All right, so a lot happened in this last episode in a short amount of time. I think we thought that a lot of the season was going to be about this reunion between the Bad Batch and Crosshair and Omega, and it already happened in the fourth episode. Not too shocking with the pace of the first three, but a surprise nonetheless that we're already going into this side of the story. So last week we had two different sections here. We talked about Crosshair and Omega. We talked about Hunter and Wrecker. This week, we're just going to talk about the whole group. It's left on a bit of a cliffhanger at the end, where we have Hunter and Wrecker staring down Crosshair as he's standing on the ramp on the other side of the ship. And we're waiting to see what happens next for that next conversation. Sanak, where do you think we pick up when we start episode 5, and how do you think it progresses throughout the episode?
Well, I think we pick up immediately, right? Like, you don't come to this remote outpost like location without, like, all these amenities and everything. Right? This is just a place where it's just the Bad Batch and the Marauder ship. That's there's nothing else. I think it'll be nice to see, Omega and be able to, like, have her own kind of few moments of, like, reconnecting back with her home on the Marauder, get back with her original doll. I don't know if she managed to snag her straw one. I really doubt that. I think that was always meant to be a sort of serviceable fill-in. But I'd like to see her get back onto the ship and, you know, get more reacquainted with everything. She's regardless going to be more positive about everything. She might try to spin it for, like, oh no, like, we can make this happen with Crosshair, right? Like, we can discuss this. Let's all sit down together. Where's Echo? And in some ways, I guess Echo's kind of dead to the Bad Batch too, because he hasn't shown up for 4 episodes. So I'm really hoping that this is the one that he finally does. I don't know if we will. I think this could still be more focused on the more direct, like, rivalry antagonism that Hunter and Crosshair have for each other. Maybe Wrecker has a little bit of time spent having, like, some emotional moments with Omega, maybe showcasing a little bit of, like, how he's hardened, how he's struggled without her being around them. I don't know, it could be nice there. But definitely we're gonna start off that episode with Crosshair and Hunter just, continuing their old Western, like, showdown. I don't think it'll be like anything more than, they don't want to talk to him. They'll be like, why are you here? All this and that. And then Omega will vouch for him. And then I think we'll get into that progression of, okay, let's get everyone to sit down and talk about this right now. Then we'll see Hunter and Crosshair have a little bit more time with themselves, with each other, just to, like, really discuss, like, why now, what's the difference, do you even really care about us, right? Like, we've given you so many opportunities. Is this just for yourself? I mean, did you just use Omega to get out of the situation? I can definitely see Hunter try to really break down and examine who he is as a person. I think the title also hints at the return of more than just these characters. I don't think it's just the return of Omega and Crosshair to the Bad Batch. I'd love for this to finally be where Rex and Echo show up. Maybe now that they have Omega back, now that they know what's going on Tantus, they can maybe start at least getting some plans going. Maybe the risks that are involved, maybe now they need to work on, like, defense, right? Now they spent so much time chasing and trying to find Omega, but Omega found them. Now their duty kind of has to shift to like, okay, what do we do to protect Omega? How do we hide her away? Is it safe to go back to the old island planet from season two, or do we have to keep her moving? I want to see these kind of questions be raised. I want to see what Rex and Echo have been up to, and if now that Omega's back, maybe they feel safer to strike out and do things to help save some of their other incarcerated clone brothers. I don't know. There's a lot that could go there. I don't really see this being an episode touching too much on Hemlock or Nalase, but I would like to see a little bit more exploration for Emery Khan. But I don't know if there's time for that really in 23, 24 minutes.
Yeah, I feel very similarly about the start of this episode. I would love it to just pick up immediately after, because I feel like that stare down, that tension, it wouldn't be as interesting if you cut to the next episode and they're on the ship and they're flying away and they're bickering still. And it's like, you guys have been at it for 2 days. That wouldn't be very interesting. I want to see that conversation immediately. Like, how does Hunter and Wrecker react? I feel like Wrecker's going to have a bigger reaction than we think he would. Like, I feel like he really doesn't like Crosshair. There's a deep seated dislike there where Hunter at least kind of tries to understand Crosshair. There was always a bit of Hunter that connects to Crosshair, and I think they connected more than Crosshair ever let any of the other members of the batch in. So I think that's going to be something that's interesting to see how antagonistic Wrecker is towards Crosshair versus Hunter. I think will disagree with him, but ultimately be the one kind of first to accept him back. But I do expect some drilling. I mean, they wouldn't be great soldiers if they didn't ask, are you a spy? All that type of stuff. Crosshair is a master manipulator. He's a master at stealth. I think there's a possibility that you really shouldn't trust him at all, despite Omega's goodwill. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the death of Tech still carries. She does know that he dies. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure she's there, but we don't get to see her sit with that much because in the second half of the episode she gets taken, and then we don't get to see that immediate impact without her and Hunter and Wrecker really sitting on it for a long time. Now that it's been a while since Tech's been gone, like, how does the family being reunited minus one of its most important members sit with Omega? Like, she was very, very sad when Echo just left to be with Rex. How is it feeling when they finally go on a mission without Tech? I think that's going to be something that's important to see from Omega's perspective. And I do think this is a mission episode. I think this is a Bad Batch mission episode where it might feel a little bit redundant to some Sid things, but I don't think it's Sid sending him on a mission. I think it will be Rex. I think Rex will get in touch and be like, hey, can you do this for us? And in those heat of the battle moments, that's when they reconnect with Crosshair, when he really proves himself. Maybe he saves one of them, shoots somebody at the last second to save one of them. Moments like that will bring Crosshair back into the fold. It'll start to feel like the old Bad Batch again. And in a lot of ways, that'll be pretty soothing for these characters who went from being always a team of 4 to a team of 5 to a team of 6 at one point, back to team of 5, then a team of 4. And then now they're down to 2, and they've reconnected and doubled their numbers now with Omega and Crosshair back. I'd like to see what it's like for the team dynamic. How does it feel? How does it fit? Because frankly, it should have been quite a few years that have passed since Crosshair's really been with them. I'd love to see the kinks in that process where it used to be flawless. Now it's a little bit more messy. But as we go through the mission, you start to see the reasons why Crosshair was such a perfect fit for this group. And then as for Hemlock, I do think it's a more of a tag again, like we just got in this episode. It's going to be them picking up the pieces, following the breadcrumbs that are left by the batch as they inch closer and closer to finding Omega again. I don't really want Omega to get kidnapped again, but I feel like it's going to happen at some point in the season, and that's ultimately the final charge to go to Tantus, is part of the reason to help Omega once again. So I think Tantus, that whole thing is a smaller role. We have a double episode, not next week, but the week after. If there was one that heavily involved Tantus, and there was a week that really push the plot forward, I do think it's going to be the episode 6 and 7 week as opposed to the episode 5 week. That's going to wrap it up for our predictions and speculations. A shorter one this week, but thank you all so much for watching. Again, let us know your predictions and speculation down in the comments below. We want to discuss The Bad Batch Season 3 with you, so make sure you join us on Wednesday nights so we can discuss The Bad Batch live together, give each other our reactions for the newest episode, for episode 5. Hopefully it's a great one. The first 4 have been really strong. Make sure you like this video, comment below, subscribe to the channel to follow us so we can cover The Bad Batch with you for the entirety of Season 3. And of course, make sure you're checking out the rest of the content on our channel. We have a large variety of other videos, shorts, community polls, all of that good stuff. Make sure you check it all out on the channel. And if you'd like to support us financially, we do have a Patreon YouTube membership. You can support us for as little as $1 a month. Thank you so much for watching this video, and we will see you all in the next one.